brutal stealth action. The Perfect Stealth No Kills New Game Plus run of Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes with JosephJoestar316. Let's do it.
All right, hello, awesome games done quick. Thank you so much for having me back. It's a pleasure to be here. And of course, I won't be doing this alone. I will have OneCoolMan XOF on commentary with me. Also, the current world record holder of the category which I'm about to run, which is Perfect Stealth No Kills New Game Plus. Coolman, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I get to sit back and just watch this, so I'm on cloud 9 right now. Joseph Joestar has been really etching away at this game, so, now's the perfect time to say, man, you've been doing good at this, so I can't wait to see, where you're at this point.
Hey, same here. And of course, pleasure to be here once again, like I said. So I will be running the PC version of Ground Zeroes, which I will be running through all 7 missions, which includes the main mission, aka the introductory of what leads into the Phantom Pain, and go through all the side ops and extra ops. And the time will start once I click OK. So, Coolman, T-Tree, you guys are both ready with me, and for all of our viewers watching at home or wherever you are, we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Kept you waiting, huh?
Yeah, I suppose I did keep us waiting. That's my fault. So, like I said, Ground Zeroes is an introductory to MGS5, The Phantom Pain, which is also a later sequel to Peace Walker. And the very first thing I'm going to do is make this very scary run past the first 2 obstacles of the run, which is a moving spotlight and a guard on a fence line, which unfortunately I did not make because I wasn't fast enough. So I'm going to do a backup strat in case this happens. So what I'm going to do is run up to the tower, shoot at it. It's going to make that guard turn around. Now, this is going to make it take a little bit longer, but it'll at least allow me to get through it.
Those tranquilizer rounds are only good for putting your...
Okay, I guess he didn't like that trank.
Yeah, so this is very, very tricky. This isn't as easy as it looks, and believe me, this is actually a safe strat. This game is very, very unforgiving. One little minor mistake can just screw up the whole thing. So as long as he can get past this one little part, and this is the toughest
There we
mission.
go.
There you go.
Yeah,
as long as you can get past this part, you'll be good.
So what I'm going to do here is checkpoint again, and the reason for this is when you load into this map in Ground Zeroes, it's like one big moving puzzle piece where there's a lot of moving parts to it. And the reason I say this is because in past Metal Gear games, they load in by sections, right? It's not one big map, and that's what this is one big map. And by checkpointing it, it's going to ensure that the guard patrols are going to work in my favor here. And normally, Kaz instructs you to go to find Chico first, and then Paz, which are 2 characters in the previous game in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Instead, we're going to go directly for Paz first because, well, 1, it's faster, and 2, the guard patrol is more favorable in this case for me to go there first because it makes it wide open to run down there. And what I'm going to do is just set up a clearing condition later when I leave, because what I did earlier is I called in Morpho, the helicopter, because I'm calling it at a very specific time, and I'll explain a little bit more on that as we get there, why I did it. So I'm going to shoot this corner of the wall, which is going to make 3 out of these 4 Marine guards turn around. I'm going to trank 1, trank another. I'm going to hold up all 3 of them. And I'm going to redirect Morpho to the middle LZ. Because, again, I want it to arrive a certain way. And Coolman, I guess if you can kind of take over as what's going on from here to, like, the first chopper extract, if you could.
Yeah, that's fine. So whenever you throw a grenade, any kind of grenade, doesn't matter what it is, for whatever reason, it distracts these guards to the point of where they won't even go into an alert. They go into a set animation to run away from you or whatever. But he's going to throw a flare grenade here to redirect the helicopter to actually land faster. He should land faster, but it may be a little bit later since he had the checkpoint. Nope, he's getting a fast landing here.
Yeah, so what I'm doing now is what we call the weightless glitch. It's where, as you're carrying a POW, doesn't matter who or what it is, if you reload your handgun while running into a open door, it puts you into a state of weightlessness, where you're running at full speed while carrying someone on your back. And because you're running at that same full speed, there's no loading animation putting them into a chopper or a vehicle like a Jeep, which is how Paz just magically disappeared just then. Okay, no worries. That was somewhat intentional.
Yeah,
The almost dying part, but keep going.
So, what you're probably wondering is how he shoots the barrel and kills that guy, and it's not going to count as a kill, which is pretty amazing because, for whatever reason, Metal Gear has this thing called an environmental kill, or a misdirected kill. So, technically, you shoot the barrel blowing up isn't your fault. Or the guy dying from the barrel blowing up isn't your fault. I don't know. You have to ask, Kojima and his team. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't count as a kill. You'll see at the end of the run, when the results screen comes up, what you want to look for is the top 2 counters that's below the timer, and it'll say combat alert and it'll say kills.
Yeah, so
both be at 0.
Yeah, so I'm doing the weightless glitch again, the same thing I did with Paz, but for Chico, and that is the first mission in a nutshell with a little bit of rework at the start, but yeah, that is the main mission, and hopefully what's less than a handful of minutes. And oh yeah, the thing about indirect kills, yeah, look at that tower. I trust you when I say that was not a kill. The tower just happened to blow up by itself. The guy had an unfortunate accident. Not going to count against me. All right, so here comes the first score screen.
He should have got out of there, right? It's his fault. There you go. See? Combat alerts 0, kills are at 0, so we're good.
Much like Kazuma Kiryu, Solid Snake has never killed anyone.
Never.
Yeah, so that's what defines the stealth no kills is, having the 0 combat alerts, the 0 kills, and trying to be fast. But T, this would be a great time for donations since I got to skip through a lot of these outro credits because it's a main story mission.
My pleasure. Various donates $50 to PCF, saying AGDQ is truly the most wonderful time of the year, even with all the puns. Thanks to the runners and everyone behind the scenes, it's amazing what you all do every year. Lord Hayati donates $10, saying, for those who we've lost, for those who we can yet save, tales of loss, fire, and faith. Dedicating this donation to Orida, a friend whom I miss dearly. Can't wait to see the FF14 Palace of the Dead run. And D with a $50 donation saying, AGDQ hype, nearly 3 decades cancer-free. Thanks to people like you. Thanks to everyone involved. Amazing what gaming can do to bring people together. Cheers. Love y'all. And you.
Thank you all. Go ahead.
Oh, you who sent in $200 simply saying, hype. Thank you, all of you.
Yeah, thank you for all you donating. It's all going to a good cause. So we finished the main mission and we're starting what's called a side op, which are missions not really related to the main story, but they take place at the same facility I just completed. So we're instructed with killing these 2 guards named Glaz and Politz, but you're already thinking, well, wait a minute. This is a stealth no kills category. You can't kill anybody. You gotta be joking with us when you say this. Well, what I'm gonna do is kneel up on this hilltop here, throw a smoke at the ground so it makes me camouflage, and it's gonna cover my shots on the first guard and the second as I shoot them each in the arm. And I'm gonna shoot this barrel so it kills that guy.
Wait! Oh, you killed him!
Oh, but it's not a kill. I don't know what you mean. So I'm going to throw that smoke there just to kind of distract them. And I'm going to run back to this checkpoint.
So that is completely random. Have you ever seen that before?
Oh, that cheat?
What's that truck doing?
That happens if you take a little bit longer, which I did play it safe. Trying to make sure I got both of the shots in. Because the injuring mechanic in this game can be a little weird at times, depending on what weapon you use and where you hit them. But before I could even finish my thought, that that was the Renegade Threat side op as I just casually jog out of the mission area.
Mission complete.
Zero kills,
Look,
zero
no
alerts.
kills. I wasn't joking.
So basically what he didn't get to explain, because these missions go fast and it's hard to explain a lot, so we got to talk really fast. But anyway, so he shot him in the limbs to put him in a bleed out state, and when he checkpointed, it sped up the game to the point to where they died. And even if, in real time, if you just wait for them to bleed out and die, it doesn't count as a kill for whatever reason. But it just so happens we can hit that checkpoint, and then when we come back, draw them back into the map with the binoculars, and therefore they die, but they don't die. I don't know. It doesn't count as a death, so you guys figure it out.
Yeah, I remember when
I don't know why.
I remember when Coolman first showed me how to do that when I came up with a rough draft of this run for this category where I was really trying to be intricate about how I didn't kill them. Then he's like, oh, well, you could do that in a minute and a half, right? And once he showed me that, it's just history from there. So we're doing this mission where we got to save this very special VIP intel agent, if you will. I won't say who it is, but for the most part, we want to take them out with this Uragan 5 pistol, which is a stun revolver. It's very finicky to use, but for now, we're just going to enjoy the music. And wait a minute, I've heard this music before. You know, it almost feels like I ran this game at a marathon just before, like SGDQ 2022. Could just be a coincidence, just the same coincidence that someone put a Moai statue hat on top of that antenna tower. I don't know, this place is weird.
You're not gonna shoot it?
Oh no, I don't know who would actually do that, except for a certain somebody that's acting as comms for me. No, there's actually these like bonus trial objectives you can do where you can, you know, mark all the enemies as fast as possible, neutralize them as fast as possible, and one unique to this mission, which is taking out all the Moai statues. I think there's 5 of them throughout the map. Oh, and same thing. Yep, that's not a kill.
Oh.
It was an accident.
You should have technically climbed out of there.
Yeah, so the first 5 guards that I took out are essential because if you don't take out the first 5 guards when you load into this mission, they'll reappear as reinforcements later when you try to leave, which will just slow you down trying to exit. So I'm just going to take out these guards as they load in, because certain sections like this, you have to take them out in order to proceed. Other sections, you know, won't be as critical, but, you know, you just want to get into the habit of taking them out. Including this Jeep, which I definitely didn't kill. I mean, the barrel just blew up, right? I didn't do anything. As we pop in the next song in the music playlist, T, this would be another good chance for some donations because it's just going to be more flying around, providing cover fire.
Roger that. Incoming to LZ with more donations. Euro Favor sends in $5 and says, Metal Gear? Metal Gear. Metal Gear. Metal Gear. Gears. Metal Gears? Metal Gears. Well, heck, if I'd known that this was on the table, I would have just sent you the donation. That was fantastic. Metal Glenn Solid sends in $10 to PCF and says, here we are just hanging in a voice call, supporting our good and comfy friend Joe. You got this. And Mom and Dad with a $250 donation that says, we are so proud of you for supporting Cancer Prevention Foundation. Have a great run from Mom and Dad.
I said this before at the last marathon I was in, but I couldn't be there, couldn't be here as well without their support. And I thank them very much. And also shout outs to Glenn, who did commentary for my MGX run. Thank you all so much. Yeah, you can read up a few more donations if you like. We're just taking out more guards.
You got it. Jord with a $20 donation with the comment, MGS-GZ was my first Metal Gear. A great little game. And Sadrian sends in $50 to the Prevent Cancer Foundation with the comment, for my stepmother-in-law that passed from cancer and for my friend currently in remission. I hope nothing but the best for your friend, Sadrian, and thank you very much for your donation.
Alright, so coming up, I'm going to try to take out this guard at this anti-air tower. You can get an early shot in, but it's not that important if you get it. Oh, okay, I actually did get him, but it was late. And no, wait,
Nice.
guy, watch out!
Well,
Okay, well, just to be fair, he did that, not me. All right, so this is another one of those sections where you got to take these guards out in order to advance, and sometimes it can get really finicky as it is right now, because it may look like it's hard to see who I'm shooting at, and trust me, I'm there with you. Because trying to aim with this weapon while trying to lead it while being in the chopper is very challenging. All right, so I'm going to attempt to go for a very swaggy strat, which saves absolutely no time, but it looks cool if I do it. So I'm going to let this guard come forward a bit. Aim over here. Oh, I didn't get it.
oh, it was so close though.
Yeah.
He started to do it.
Yeah, there's a divider that's over there, that kind of like cinder block divider. If you shoot that guard on it at the right time, what will happen is they'll bounce on it like a trampoline and just go flying into the air. It's, you know, really hilarious. It doesn't save me time, but it would have made for, you know, for something pretty hilarious, like that guy's miss over there. All right, so now we're gonna disembark from the chopper, so it's no longer the rail shooter, quote unquote. Where before I hop out, we gotta take out this guard in the tower. This guard over here.
Yeah, so one good thing about this run is you don't have to worry about alerts. That's pretty much it. You just gotta make sure you don't kill anyone.
Yeah, that's something I don't think I explained at all at the very beginning is, yeah, this is the only exception to this category where alerts do not matter.
But we
because
kinda
there aren't
killed
any.
anyway. Well, you've been blowing up
So-
barrels.
Yeah, so this tank spawns in when you reach the VIP over there, and what we do is we preemptively throw 3 grenades on the ground right where it pulls up, and then finish it off with a rocket launcher to the back, because the armor is weakest underneath the tank and in the back. If you shoot from the front, it takes like 4 or 5 rockets to take it out. It's way too long. But we use that to our advantage.
Wait, who is that? Who are you carrying?
I don't know. I mean, I felt like I've seen them before, but... Oh, wait, there's more enemies.
Huh?
Via the southeast coast. Take out any pursuers.
All right, these guys you don't have to take out, but I just do it for good target practice. Like that guy over there. Wow. All right, I did not expect to actually hit him there.
Yeah, these shots are actually really hard to do on a controller. I'm the rare breed that switches from the controller to the mouse for this mission. But what he has to do right here is he has to take this helicopter out, but he can't take it out too early. So the helicopter has to take out it has a scripted segment where it takes out this tower here. So he's going to have to wait for that. And what that does is it allows Morpho to leave at a faster pace for whatever reason.
There we go. Oh yeah, don't worry. The pilot's ejected, and this guy that fell down here, I don't know. He's just taking a nap.
These are like
I don't know, I mean-
repercussion kills, right?
I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, the game just doesn't see it that way. Oh,
I
wow,
mean,
nice
like-
shot on him. What if I can get
It's
the other guy?
repercussions for their actions, right? That's why it doesn't count as a kill. Like the guy in the guard tower, he decided to come to work today. It's his fault that he died, not you, not your grenade launcher.
Hey, man, I live and die with the score screen, but back to that earlier question about who was it that we saved that we had to go through all this trouble.
We're leaving hot zone. Returning to base.
You know, there's something about him. He looks familiar. I
The target is
felt like I've seen him before. Maybe it's the sunglasses that kind of makes it hard to figure it out.
Snake.
Wait a minute. Is that who I think it is? It can't be.
That was perfect.
In traditional fashion, Hideo Kojima literally puts himself in the game. And that is who we saved.
So it's kind of funny, if you do take too long, he will say another line which has kept you waiting, huh? Kind of makes you wonder.
Yeah, it's just in traditional fashion. Like in some form, he puts himself in the game, whether if it's through like subtle Easter eggs or in this case, he just puts himself in the game directly. But while I load up into the next mission, this would be a great time for like a quick few donations.
My pleasure. Slowpoke sends in a $15 donation and says, Happy New Year 2020. Yeah, I got it. And Pitman Lionhouse 08071 sends in $50 to the Prevent Cancer Foundation saying, What a way to kick off AGDQ 2023. Looking forward to a great week. Good luck runners, hosts, commentators, tech staff, PCF, chat, and everyone who makes this event possible. Less than 3.
Thank you all again for donating. It's very much appreciated. So in this next mission, it's intel acquisition of a cassette tape, and there are 2 different kinds. There's one that's held by a spy dressed as a Marine, and there's one up in a guard tower. The mission doesn't care which one you get, so we're going to go for the one in the tower because it's easier and faster to get to. So the first thing I'm going to do is use the same tech with the flare that I did at the very beginning of the run to quote-unquote distract that guard, and I'm going to fire up a round against this wall to freak out another one, which is stopping them from patrolling forward to spot me at this ladder. No, not the same ladder in MGS3, but you know, you get the idea. And we're gonna throw a smoke up at this tower to smog up a camera, fire off a round at the catwalk, which is gonna distract yet another guard. So there's the cassette tape. So now we have satisfied the requirement for the mission to leave. So the reason why I called Morpho in is not to escape, but rather to act as a decoy, you know, bring all of his attention off of me. And what we're going to do is turn on our stealth camouflage with basically throwing a smoke inside of a Jeep and then driving with it. It's not foolproof 100%. You have to not drive too close to a guard or have them face directly at you, but it's enough to cover your exit at a distance. And in Coolman's fashion, I'm going to dive out of the Jeep for no apparent reason, just because it looks cooler. And that is intel acquisition.
That was a really good one. I like the forklift blowing up right before you got to the truck, just because you like bumped into it.
Yeah, I was gonna try not to say anything about it because I was like, oh god, there's so many things going on in some of these missions, and that's like the one thing you don't expect at times, but you just try to keep your cool until you actually leave.
You literally just nip it and it just blows up.
Yeah, don't ask me why it happens. It's happened to be plenty. I've had it where I drove over a traffic cone and it sends the whole Jeep upward. It's just, sometimes the physics just break for nothing at all. But the next one, I'm going to concentrate at the beginning. So Coolman, if you can kind of, you know, explain what's going on.
So there's 3 anti-air emplacements that he needs to destroy, and the first thing he's going to do is call the helicopter, because the helicopter takes a little bit of time to get there. But what he's going to do here is he's going to use a combination of the rocket launcher and a grenade launcher to take out the anti-air emplacements just by knowing where they're at, practicing these shots. And in the process, he has to make sure he doesn't kill anyone while doing all this. Pretty straightforward. But after... That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, that little stumble that I did when I hopped off, that was probably going to get me in trouble because the timing is very exact when you do this strat. Because there's only a certain amount of time, like when they're on the radio, basically, you know, calling in, you know, what's going on. You only have a limited window to actually leave before they start turning around to see, you know, who's nearby. So I'm going to try this again.
Yeah. So out of all these missions, this is absolutely 100% the tightest one that you can't really make any missteps with. Because the enemies right now are... There we go. So you got...
Yeah, that's what was supposed to happen.
And after he takes out the anti-air emplacements, what's happening now is there's one more objective that he has, and he has to take out this tank. So what he's going to do is place these C4s and time it just right to win. And he's also got to wait for this guy. This guy's pretty random. Sometimes he shows up, sometimes he doesn't. But as soon as he's in the clear, he's going to run for Morpho here. And then in timely fashion, he's going to check his map, make sure the tank's coming in. Riding right over the C4 is when he's going to pretty much detonate it. And then the mission will be done.
Look around carefully.
All right, so the C4 is right about there where my crosshairs are on the iDroid map indicator. And it takes at least 3 C4 to take it out. You can plant more if you want, just to, you know, have, I guess, more of a guarantee. But at a minimum, it takes 3 to take it out. And the reason why we call the chopper here on the old prison camp side is it has the shortest flight to end the mission. You can call it towards the other end where you start, but you have to fly across the base as well as wait for it to land. So it's kind of a balancing act of, you know, speed and risk, as well as juggling the RNG of the guards of this base. As you can see, even the slightest thing can, you know, topple it. But while I load in the next mission, we have time for a few donations, if you will.
My pleasure. We've got Metal Gear love rolling in from across the community. Bibbity Jones donates $100 and says, "What was that donation?" Must have been the wind. Thank you for 10 years of games done quick and the astounding good done through the money raised to prevent cancer. Much love from Minnesota. And Brass Moth with a $30 donation with the comment, "Thanks for that, boss. Love seeing MGS on AGDQ. You're doing a great job for a great cause."
All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to set the scene here. So it's 19XX. You're booting up your Metal Gear game on the PS1 with that intro screen we all know and love. And we're going to be entering Shadow Moses. Wait, Shadow Moses? Why am I seeing MGS1 Snake here? Did I boot up the wrong game? I'm pretty sure this is still Ground Zeroes, right? Oh, wait a minute, this is Deja Vu. Go figure. It's a reference to all the main highlights of Metal Gear Solid 1, including the menu screen that I absolutely adore.
Kojima game with references? Why, I never.
Boss, I've uploaded.
Yeah, so Deja Vu is one of 2 extra ops, which were originally limited exclusive DLC based on the console it was released on. So we're running as MGS1 Snake, purely for cosmetic. There is a model where you can play as Gray Fox, which runs faster. It loses about 12 seconds by running it this way, but I assure you it's worth it to run it like this, because running as MGS1 Snake or the Gray Fox model, it changes the appearance of the guards to resemble the genome soldiers of Shadow Moses. Now, in Deja Vu, you have to, at a minimum, recreate 1 out of 6 key cutscenes from the original game. For this run, we're going to do 2. And this second one also has a really eerie feeling. Wait a minute. Is there something behind me? And they're reading my mind. Oh, wait, it's... Oh, okay. All right, nobody panic. We're back in the game. We have control. I didn't have to get in a second controller port. No memory has been read. We're good to go. All right, so what I'm going to do here is what we call the vent glitch. We're going to crawl in and then stand upright. And we're technically out of bounds while in the vent. Wait a minute. 3 field mice. Man, loads of references. And that is Deja Vu.
That right there is...
Yeah, you can actually use that. That vent glitch is used to actually get out of the map and under the map and stuff like that. A lot of good times on this game back in the day.
Yeah, there's a different ventilation area where you can actually squeeze underneath the map, which unfortunately for this run doesn't take advantage of that. So we're coming up on the last mission of the run, which is Jamais Vu. So Big Boss and Solid Snake are kind of taking a rest. We're now going to have Raiden from Revengeance make an appearance, where he's going to even be more swaggy than the ones before, because not only does he run at incredible speed, but he doesn't even need his blade to get the job done. He just hands it off to the side and say, you know what, I got this. So, long story short with this one, we have to take out these fake Marines known as Snatchers, which are I don't know, like these alien cyborg organisms, whatever they are, that took possession of the real Marines, while also not trying to kill the real ones. And we know which ones are the imposters, just, you know, memorizing it.
He was human.
That guy is a real one, which is why I shot him in the foot. And don't worry, he's alright, it's just a flesh wound. So, just like in Renegade Threat, I'm going to run into a checkpoint, which is going to advance the mission forward to the point where they were shot and confirmed killed. As you can see, it says neutralized enemy 5 out of 10, which indicated that I did it correctly.
Eliminate the snatchers posing as Marines.
Okay, we're going to take
what
out...
this also does.
Oh, go
What
ahead.
this also does is the last 2 enemies that you have to shoot. It also puts them into the map a little later than usual, because if you didn't checkpoint there, is it later or sooner?
It resets their cycle, so they would show up later.
Yeah. So that way you don't have to go looking for them, looking for the Jeep and where they're going to be at, and it just lines up a shot really good and conveniently to the point of where you just save a lot more time doing it this way. You know why we do it this way? Because it's faster, that's why.
What is that?
Ah, missed it. That's alright, it happens.
Yeah, so the light green is the Snatchers and the light blue is the humans.
Snatchers confirmed eliminated and survived.
Yeah, and one of the beauties about running this on New Game Plus is the fact that we have these power weapons available at the start, such as, you know, the rocket launcher, the sniper rifle, the assault rifle with the grenade launcher attachment. So that concludes the first half of this mission, and we're going to set up for the second half. What I'm doing there is finding a C4 for Snatchers that are going to be spawning in throughout this facility. One through a door that's on the other side of that gate that's now being unlocked, and a pair of Snatchers that come in through that door over there. So what we're going to do is take a vantage point up this tower, which is going to give me the best position for all these Snatchers that are coming in, taking out the first one with a rocket launcher, and then there's going to be groups of them spawning through this door that just open right where that red barrel is. Now I'm going to detonate the C4, which took out another pair, which appear off screen, but they do spawn in. And I'm going to take out those 2 over there, turn around, and then what you're seeing me do with the menu as I'm reloading is what we call item canceling, which is just speeding up the reload process rather than waiting for like the full animation to play out. It just saves you a little bit of time on reloading. Okay, I'm going to take out 2 more groups of Snatchers, followed by 3 more, and then I'm going to aim behind this building where that chopper is, wait for its tail to show up, blow it up, and then before I go, complimentary shoutouts to...
Kojima Productions.
Alright, now once we load up to the final score screen, which is going to be coming up soon, first I just want to thank everyone for watching the Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 Marathon benefiting Prevent Cancer Foundation. Also, thank you for having me back. Shout outs to the Games Done Quick staff, the games committee, the host, the stream checkers, all the volunteers that help make this possible.
Your objectives complete.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot to do this on the way out.
Get on the chopper.
Yeah, it's just a running gag whenever I run this game where Kaz just repeatedly tells Raiden to get on the chopper. Alright, so time's gonna come up right now.
Right. Mission clear. Great work.
Good job.
GG.
Pretty good run.
Yeah, and I guess to final remarks is just a couple shout outs to runners within the community, Really Frame, Lacad, Japanese speedrunners, Wakiyaku and Hamatet, Nick RP Green, and everyone that's run the IL leaderboards of this game, people that run the missions separately, not as a full run, but they all contribute equally as much as people have done over the years that have gotten runs to where they are today. And of course, Coolman, I can't thank you enough for acting as co-coms with me. We traded world record in this category several times over the last few years, and it's such an honor to have you with this run.
No problem. I appreciate it. Class act. So, Class act Joe. I appreciate you, bud.
And T-Tree, thank you for fulfilling your duties as host for this run. It's definitely a privilege.
Hey, it's a sincere pleasure. Thank you very much for letting me be a part of this.
And last thing is, if you enjoyed watching me run this game and breaking it to a degree, you can follow my Twitch stream. If you loved listening to Coolman, you can follow his Twitch stream as well. Otherwise, if you want to get involved in running games like this, doesn't have to be Ground Zeroes. You can check us out at MetalGearSpeedrunners.com, join the MGSR Discord, or you can navigate to the speedrun.com leaderboard of Ground Zeroes. Coolman and myself are moderators of the board, and you can feel free to check out resources on there that are put forward by the community, tutorials that Coolman and Really Frame It have put out, as well as a link to the MGSR Discord. And again, thank you all to people that donated for this. Can't be said enough how much we all thank you. And yeah, thanks for having me back. So it's always an honor to be a part of this.
Thanks again to JosephJoestar316 for that captivating, exciting, stealth-filled, no kills run of Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. No one was harmed by Joseph Joestar in the making of that run. By other means, I can't say, but not by the runner. Getting excited for the next run? Well, so are a lot of our wonderful donors, like Shmango Fett, who sends in $25 and says, I hadn't thought about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon in years. When I saw the game on the schedule, all the memories of trudging through dungeons, talking to legendary Pokemon, and lying to the personality test to make sure I played as Totodile came flooding back. Definitely looking forward to the run. Thank you so much, Shmango Fett. So are we. Before we get there, we have some messages from sponsors and friends. Mark your calendars, everyone. Frost Fatales 2023, GDQ's next all-women charity speedrunning event, is coming up February 26th through March 4th. The Frame Fatales community will be raising money for charity and spotlighting the talented women in speedrunning. For more information about Frame Fatales, go to gamesdonequick.com/framefatales or type !FF in the chat. If you're a woman interested in joining the FF community, DM @FrameFatales on Twitter or head over to the website. We have a $25 donation from Mark Souls, sending in just a little bit. They say, long-time viewer, first-time donator. I'm thrilled to finally have the chance to send something to GDQ and continue my support of this awesome event. Hope the run goes well. Snake? Snake? Snake! Well, it just missed, and I'm sorry we couldn't get your donation read to the man himself, but thank you very much for your generosity. We hope you enjoyed the run. We'll be right back with more Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 online right after this. Welcome back once more to Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 online. My name is ateatree, and I am just as excited as all of you for the upcoming Pokemon Mystery Dungeon run. It is going to be a wonderful time. Looks like we've actually got some Pokedex donations coming in a little bit early. Love to see it. Marnie donates $19.59, saying, donating $10 plus $9.59 in honor of the completely unhinged girl boss, Tinkaton. Also happy to finally have a PMD game in GDQ. You know, I have not played Violet and Scarlet Red yet, but I am looking forward to it. Alrighty, folks, that is going to be all for me for this evening or today. Again, wherever the sound of my voice finds you and whenever that may be, I thank you very much for continuing to watch GDQ 2023 online. I will be back on Thursday for a couple of very fun runs, including a Metal Gear Solid 3 run and a power wash simulator exhibition, which I believe I've been purposely kept in the dark about. I'm looking forward to the ridiculousness. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. But when we come back from our prize segment, we'll have Char Bunny and the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon run. That'll be amazing. Stay tuned.
Is Court not here? Excellent! For it is I, the Prize Wizard! Welcome back, friends and viewers, for I sent the Prize Wizard. I'm here to show you the many magical implements by which you could improve yourself. All I ask in return is for a mere donation of at least the minimum donation value, and these wonderful magical reagents could be yours. Here, I see you are doubting me. Do not worry, for I shall start with an invocation to lighten the mood. I ask that all of you in Twitch chat join me in the sound of the invocation. Oh, banana. Success! It smells just like a banana, as it should. An excellent invocation for only $5 minimum donation. Thank you so much to our friends at Retroflame. But I see. Smells are not what you are into. Rocks are of course what you are more about. Like this lovely rock artwork. Rocks often come with beautiful artwork on them, you see. This one comes with the painting of a faraway land and of a cup man battling against the Calimaria. It is quite intense. Thank you so much to Painting Rocks by Luz for adding it to my collection for all of your potential ownership. It is quite fascinating. But I can see it in your eyes. You wish to see more of these far-off worlds. You wish to see more of these fantastical creatures. Do not worry. I shall use a summoning spell to bring forth a powerful companion. This absolutely adorable shaman. It is a mighty warrior, and it is mightily adorable. Watch as I boop its nose fearlessly. I have done so, and you may do so too for a $20 minimum donation. This shaman could find its new home with you. Back from whence you came, shaman. Under the table. But wait! My portals are not nearly done, for they open into plenty of other worlds, or perhaps the same world we have seen, but this time in an acrylic style. It is fantastic, this lovely acrylic painting of the Cuphead and Mugman brothers fighting Calimaria. Enjoy the acrylic art style of KP Paints, and tremble within its might of paintery. Indeed. But this is not all. For from our senior broadcast engineer Worm, we can look into a different world. The world of Pokemon and the world of Onsen combined together in this lovely Pokemon Hot Spring Shadow Box. See the Pokemon as they lounge. Enjoy the Snorlax as it naps, and the Charizard as it performs menial labor, as it must, for it cannot enter the water. That would be dangerous. It is a fire elemental. You do not want to mix those. It is a $25 minimum donation if you are interested, and you should be. But it is not alone at $25. There are many other worlds that we can view. Worlds such as the sky and sea here, in this metal print of Lugia and Ho-Ho sent to us by Eli Art. See the Lugia below the waves along with the school of Remoraid. The Ho-Ho soaring through the clouds with the Altaria swarm. Truly a magnificent world for a magnificent donor such as yourself. And it could be yours for a $25 minimum donation. But wait, for there is more. As next to me, you can see not one, not two, but 3 powerful portals opened to the Donkey Kong franchise, where Donkey Kong stands amidst a monochromatic forest. It is absolutely breathtaking. They are, of course, made of metal, the most durable of the elements, and the best for printing Donkey Kong. So say Cent, so say us all. Thank you to Mott for adding these lovely prizes to my collection. And again, $25 minimum donation. They could be yours. But I understand. You are looking for something a little more enhanced, and that's perfectly fine, because for a $50 minimum donation, you will not be entered into one, not two, but to three of my greatest items of value, such as this lovely reagent here on the table from our friend Lalin of Lalin's Garden, the Silent Princess Specimen. It is absolutely fantastic. What can you use it for? I don't know, frankly. It just looks very nice, and I like keeping it on my table. It really brightens up the room. As it should. All hardcore adventurers and wizards should have something lovely in their room to brighten it up. Very important, you see. But that's not all, because a $50 minimum donation will also get you entered into this absolutely incredible diamond painting from Lady Wiser, made of over 50,000 individual diamond pieces and featuring the Triforce from Legend of Zelda and the Master Sword in front of it. Absolutely fantastic. $50. Get you into to win not only one, not only two, but three of these absolutely amazing relics. For in addition to this lovely painting that is reflecting every light within the known universe, as is its known power, you will also be entered to win an incredible handcrafted vehicle for which you can move on. They call it a skateboard. Incredible. It is emblazoned with the emblem of the Splatoon characters and sent to us from Chris McCann. It is exquisite. Every part of it made by hand by a master craftsman. And it could be yours. All for a $50 minimum donation. But wait! I understand, $50. But what if we were to cumulatively donate $200 instead? What then could Cent provide, you ask? Well. Don't ask. Ask no further, because Cent has the answers. You see, for a $200 cumulative donation throughout the event, you will be eligible to win an amazing replica from our friends over at Heroic Replicas, featuring an incredible Master Shield as one of 15 additional incredible replica props of legendary weapons from throughout the ages, from the Master Sword of Zelda to the Falchion of Fire Emblem to the Xenobasher of Satisfactory. Absolutely incredible deal. But perhaps you are into more of the technology. Wizards, we don't do so well with technology, but some of you certainly do. And our friends over at Skytech Gaming, they have provided an incredible computer, an Azure gaming PC. It has the specs that you need for solid gaming at 1080p 60 FPS or above, or so I am told by the tech wizards of yore. But again, that is not all, because our friends at Vulpin Props and Cute Monster Props have created a futuristic laser rifle from the Fallout 4 series. Indeed, the AER-9 laser rifle is a fantastic weapon and an incredible addition to any wizard's arsenal. But move quick, because to enter into all of these wonderful items that I have mentioned, you need to get your donations in before I disappear at the end of Dust: An Elysian Tale and these incredible prize relics with me. There's still some time, but I must go. The mystery dungeon is calling me. Prize wizard, teleportation.